Hi, I'm Andrew Filmer. I'm here to answer one of the questions that was given to me by one of my fellow YouTube users. And I've been delaying this for a long time because it's somehow easier for me to get on the camera and play something than to get on the camera and say something. But anyway, the question was about how to play off the string and what happens when the bow stops bouncing. And the main thing is that when we play something off the string, like this, the right wrist does two different things, a vertical movement and a horizontal movement. So obviously to make any sound on the string, you have to move the bow across the string. But at the same time, you're having a vertical movement like this. If you look at it closely, it's actually like this. Using only the fingers and the wrist, you're actually doing this while traveling horizontally, like this, right? So, if one of these elements, the vertical movement or the horizontal movement, stops working, then you have a problem in creating that bounce on the string. So, one of the methods of practicing this is actually just to do this, go lower, and go higher, and try to control the speed in which it moves and the accuracy of the angle in which it stops. And that's what's commonly known as the clock exercise. It means if you start, this would be for me, my perspective would be 9 o'clock, 12, 9, 11, 10, 8. And notice that it's not really the arm that's moving it up and down, but it's the fingers of the right hand, the last finger especially, right, that controls this movement. Now, if we were to do this without any horizontal movement, you get this, a bounce. It just sort of plucks the string instead of bows the string. Now, all we need to do is find the right frequency of this and then a horizontal movement. And we get a bounce on the string. If at any one point of time, the last finger snaps like this, gets tight, and because of this, or because of a thumb that does, there's the camera, that does the same thing. If somewhere along the line, this locks up like this, what happens is that it becomes, you're trying to bounce on the string with the whole arm instead of using these wonderful little finger muscles. And when that happens, then you get problems like that. So the main areas of concern, number one, getting the right muscles in use, getting them to only bounce as much as they need to. So if you're trying, if what happens is that the angle, the vertical angle goes too far, then it gets a little bit chaotic as well. So what we have to do is, number one, make sure that the muscles in use are the right muscles. Number two, make sure that the angle in which the vertical movement is moving at is the correct kind of angle. Number three, make sure that there's a bit of stamina in keeping this going and it doesn't lock into place at the end. That's just a little bit of information about my perspective of playing off the string notes, notes that bounce off the string. And I'd like to say hi to everybody out there. And thanks to Alamo City Cello with his cello chat, because that's one of the little bits of inspiration for me to get on the camera and talk instead of play. Have a great day.